the idea of human trafficking wasn't really on the top of our mind, but when we go back on it, we're looking at a situation where they were bringing in tow trucks, and then sometimes very large vehicles would come in, depending if we were maybe going to a movie late, and then a different vehicle would show up, a really large vehicle would show up. So we're wondering, what are they using this vehicle for? Is this to pick us up, or is something to put us in? So then the idea of human trafficking, is on the back of our mind. After looking from the YouTubers that we've been looking at, have been giving us some suggestions about what is going on. And, some of the ideas that are coming to our head, I don't know, they're seeming very far out. But we're seeing things like, a lot of people being abducted in places like Atlanta, which we know is a very large black population.
Niagara Falls, New York.
We saw another YouTube talking, and she was mentioning, this other YouTube was mentioning how she saw a lot of Indian people. And as we said, this is not a race thing, but we saw the same people dealing with this. When we look back, we see that when we've been looking and searching more, we're seeing more that within the Middle East and in India, there is human trafficking. And so we're wondering, is this some kind of organized crime that is going on in Toronto? Now, we're thinking, or we're getting the idea that it's not just with human trafficking, it's with a whole bunch of different things. Maybe some kind of organized brotherhood or something which covers all different kinds of walks of life. And they're calling in favors. So when they were chasing us, they had contacts from all different people, different walks. And when we say different walks of life, they could be police officers, or that they know anybody that has a profession, and they may owe them a favor or whatever was going on. You'd see them nodding to each other.
Indian workers,
they would go to different. We would go into different places, and you know that they're looking at us, that they were trying to give, someone has contacted them to give information about us.
And favors from their own race.
So we were seeing a lot of this happening. And this was also mentioned on some other videos that we saw just recently on the YouTube. So we don't know, maybe this is some kind of factor as well. Another factor was that we had come into the country, and because we were traveling, I was a teacher, I was an international teacher, and I came in the country, and it's funny that we were given comments about how, certain people were watching us or had mentioned things about us. And just dealing with, their background and their race, we're looking and seeing that it's
all Indians.
Indian again. So we're wondering if this has started from before, and because it was happening here in Toronto, and that they were keeping tabs on us. The reason that we know that we're followed was for the fact that when we came back here, that we decided to stay at a hotel or motel for a bit. And because of that, I think that we were able to notice a lot more things. People coming by our windows and things like that.
An excuse to get into our hotel room.
Yeah, and if you're at a home, they know where you're going to go, and they may only send one vehicle to follow you.
So you won't notice.
Yeah, you won't notice. But we were noticing a lot of these things because we weren't in our particular home at the time.
They were very clumsy with us.
Yeah. I think that they made some mistakes, and these mistakes, or you know what, they were trying hard, but I give everything to the Most High. The Most High will make people when they're coming after you, they're going to trip over in their own traps. Let them fall back in their own traps, because they shouldn't be doing this. This is illegal. They shouldn't be trying and doing any. This is pure wicked. As I said, they're like the seed of Satan. And they're pulling this, and they're here in this country, and they're doing this kind of stuff. They're doing, and we know they're doing it in the United States, and it is wrong. And brothers and sisters, we need to get organized. And it's not just against blacks, but let me tell you this: that when you look on the internet and you find out how much it costs for a certain party or a certain person, black people are pretty low and pretty cheap to be sold to different people, being sold on the internet.
And Africans,
so there may be a market for us out there. So be aware of this and keep this in mind. And that may be why that they've been big in Atlanta and in different other places like that.
No one will miss the blacks.
Yeah, no one's gonna miss you.
Who cares? The cops don't care
so
about blacks.
you need this is for everybody, but for
the
our black brothers and sisters,
yeah.
you need to care about yourself and get and be vigilant, work together, and watch out for these people that are doing this, because they're totally evil, okay, and they have no care for us, and yeah, just have to stay strong against them. But remember, when we are together, the Most High will be with us.
And once again, I always go to scripture. We're not religious, but this will send you to God. Psalm 121, guys. Your help, when the cops will listen to you and people won't listen to you, yes, there are good cops who will listen. We have a case number. We're sending all information to them. But in the end, guys, there's so much the cops will do. We had so many of the internet bloggers said, this happened to me. I had proof. Even the guys went to jail for a bit, but they come out because these criminals know how far they can go with the law. The Scotia banks, all the banks know how far the law will go. They have the money to hide, you know what I mean, to, hassle people and play bullies. They know the game of the law, that you need to be killed first or hurt first. They know how far they can go, right? Mm-hmm. Especially with people that are poor and lower, like blacks and, non-whites. Even the non-whites, they'll pay them off the dirty money. And people don't even ask why. Is this true? Why are you chasing these people? They just take the dirty money. They use poor people, people hooked on drugs, anyone. And they may even threaten people and tell them lies about you so they can defame you. Like Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, all the stars, Prince, and all of them have been blamed. A lot of black people have been dying in the news media. And you wonder why. They're stars, they have money. Why are so many blacks, even famous ones, are dying? Is this a racist thing as well? So Psalm 121, guys, in the end, go to the word. It's not perfect. 121, pray. We lift up the eyes to the mountain. Where does our help come from? None of the world. Your help comes from the Creator, the maker of heaven and earth. He will watch over you. He will not slumber. He will watch over you. He does not get tired or need sleep. He will be your shade on your right hand. The sun will not hurt you by day, nor the moon by night. The Creator will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. He will watch over your coming in and going out, both now and forevermore. Seriously, the cops won't really help you. They can only do so much. Okay, and these criminals know this. They know how far they can go with the law with you, and they will keep chasing and watching you. So please continue to help us. Thank you for the people who has responded so far. And everyone, you need to watch your neighbor. Take lots of pictures. Get people to follow you, as we did in the back of our vans. We are university, degrees. He works in correctional officer. I work as a probation officer. They think they know you. They mess with the wrong family with us. And if it's from the vehicle that was sold to us and these people are trying to get revenge, you guys did bad with your criminal activity coming into Canada, getting jobs here. When you got caught doing something wrong, don't blame us. We're trying to protect ourselves from you selling us a bad vehicle. If you did wrong, it is on your heads. Do not get mad at us. We apologize that you got caught, but if you were trying to deceive banks and get into places, that is your fault for being a deceiver and lying to your companies and your workplaces. It is not our fault that you lost your jobs. It's not our fault Scotiabank, Ford, Formula Ford, the Indians that I was told that I had to get contact with was 3 of them. I'm not going to mention their names, but they were Indian names that I had to get contact to pay my bills. I believe this is revenge for us. Personally, we apologize you got caught, but you should not have come to Canada and do wrong. Canada is supposed to be a safe place for all races. But like I said, even the YouTubers are telling us it is mostly from Indian background who's trying to get and make a living. Everyone is invited to Canada. It's a free place for all kinds of people. It's not about race or religion or anything. But when you have people coming here and creating hurt on others, you just start speaking up. Okay? You guys are coming here causing trouble, and when you get caught, because we're trying to fight back to get a fair chance on a vehicle that we sold that was bad to us, and you get caught, you know, in your hidden little agendas and games you are playing, you know, with Scotiabank and car companies and doing your hidden, you know, criminal activities. Not our fault. We're fighting so we don't have to pay a $72,000 ban. So if it's about revenge with Scotia, Indian workers, or Ford Indian workers, for you guys getting caught for your secret activity, you want to get revenge on us, we pray vindication for the Creator. We apologize, but we have nothing to do with your secret games. Coming here and trying to rob people with your jobs. If it's that, I apologize, but we had to fight because we were treated badly as a customer, being sold a van with the whole roof being taken off for mold. It's not our fault you get caught because we complained. Be fair. That was wrong. It's you guys trying to get revenge and put our name under some organization trafficking to hurt us.
Another potential suspect of this has to deal with the government because it took my passport for dealing. First of all,
Citizenship.
our citizenship took over a year to come, and there was multiple problems. They kept saying, "Oh, everything's fine," but then they can't find it. Or it's in this place or that place. That wasn't it. There was also situations at the airport where, you know, that they would check us, and then they'd wait take my passport and my wife's passport and maybe single us out even if we're traveling 4 or 3 for some reason. They're looking at it very well.
We're the only blacks in line.
Just the way that they would take it, like they were looking for something
on us.
Now,
we're the only
it didn't
blacks
just happen
in line
here
as well.
You know, and this just didn't happen here because not just during our travel, but even then when we're here, dealing with the police at times, you know. As my wife mentioned, there was a time where we went to a police station and there was 2 gentlemen sitting outside in the van, and a policeman was walking by. And it just happened he was of Indian persuasion, and he's there nodding at these people. He's nodding at the same people that have been following us or have been trying to, they always try to beat us into the police station. It's weird things they were trying to do. When they noticed we were going to the police station, they would try to go in to find out what we're saying. And so we're getting people at these different levels and these government levels. My wife's driver's license was extremely, had major problems coming. So, and not just that, they had access to telephone. They would know who were calling. They would call back on. We get weird phone calls.
Our phones were tapped.
So we knew that they're tapping the phone. They have access to all of these things. That's why we know that there's some government involvement as well as this. So we don't call that out. We don't cancel that out. It could. So what? Let us know. What do you think that it could be? But these are the ideas that we have right now, and this is just my wife and I brainstorming to figure this out. Our minds are much clearer now, and we're seeing a lot more pieces of the puzzle, and we're putting them together from whatever we have. Thank you for listening to us.